Hello Magic fans, I'm Beep and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are returning to dinosaurs and they got a couple of new additions in Aetherdrift. The first one up is Regal Imperiosaur. He is a 3 mana 5/4 and he's a dinosaur lord, so he gives other dinosaurs we control +1/+1. Now the odd thing about the Imperiosaur is that dinosaurs are usually already pretty big. They are usually not cheap cards. So you don't really go wide, and that's what lords really help. Buffing multiple creatures really helps. So it is odd to have a dinosaur lord, but still, it's better than nothing. And a 3 mana 5/4 is very, very good. It's very, very good above the curve creature. And speaking of above the curve creature, the other one is a Agonasaurus Rex. We only have 2 copies of this. It's a 5 mana 8/8 with trample, and we can cycle it for 2 and a green. And when we cycle this card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on a creature or vehicle, but only creature for us. It gains trample and indestructible at the end of turn. So a great way to buff a creature to whiff destruction based removal and maybe get in for extra damage with that trample. Rounding out the deck is dinosaurs you have probably seen before. We have 2 copies of Trumpeting Carnosaur, 6 mana 7/6 with trample. When it enters, it's cover 5, so we hit pretty much everything else in our deck, and we can pay 2 and a red to discard it. It deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker, some additional removal. 3 copies of Bonehorde Dracosaur, just a great card, 5 mana 5/5, flying first strike. Beginning of our upkeep, exile top 2 cards of a library. We may play them this turn. If we exile a land card, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If we exile a non-land card, create a treasure token. Planis Hatcher, 5 mana 5/3. Other dinosaurs we control have haste, really, really good in a dinosaur deck. And when it enters, we create 2/0/1 egg tokens. And at the beginning of combat, if we have 1 more eggs, we sacrifice an egg to create a 3/3 dinosaur, which obviously will have haste because of a hatcher. Then 4 copies of Hulking Raptor, probably the best card in the deck. 4 mana 5/3 War 2, so it's tough to kill, although 3 toughness isn't the best for 4 mana. But at the beginning of our main phase, we add 2 green, so this is really good ramp to ramp up to some of our more expensive dinosaurs, or let us double cast. Then 4 copies of Pugnacious Hammerskull, 3 mana 6/6, so it's great, but it does have a downside. When we attack, well, if we don't control another dinosaur, we put a stun counter on it. Now hopefully we will control other dinosaurs. 4 copies of Tranquil Thrillback, 3 mana 3/3. When it enters, we pay green up to 3 times. When we pay this cost 1 or more times, we choose up to that many. Destroy target artifact enchantment, great for the amount of artifacts enchantments that are in standard at the moment. Exile target player's graveyard, great against the Omniscience combo deck and the Abhorrent Oculus deck. Or we gain 4 life, great against aggro decks. Then non-dinosaurs, 4 copies of Llanowar Elves, 3 copies of Intrepid Paleontologist, a 2 mana 2/2, attached to 1 mana of any colour, and we can pay 2 to exile a card from a graveyard. We may cast dinosaur creature spells from among cards we own and exile. This, if we cast a spell that way, this creature enters with a finality counter on it. Now, interestingly, we don't often use this to cast dinosaurs from our graveyard. We use this to exile cards from an opponent's graveyard, like the aforementioned Abhorrent Oculus or Omniscience, or Haughty Djinn, or any troublesome card in their graveyard. Obviously, if we do get cards in a graveyard, maybe we've discarded a Trumpeting Dinosaur for damage, or we've cycled a Agonasaurus Rex, or they've just removed our creatures, we can pay 2. And what's interesting is you don't have to tap it for that effect, so you can tap it for mana to then pay for itself. And finally, we have Triumphant Chomp, another removal spell, a 1 mana red. It deals 2 to target creature, or the greatest power among dinosaurs we control. So if we've got a Hammerskull out, it deals 6. It is only sorcery speed, it is only creatures, not planeswalkers, so it does have its limitations, but this can hit for a lot in our deck, especially if we've got a Agonasaurus Rex out dealing 8. So that's the deck. Mana base, as you would expect. We've got 2 commercial districts, 4 Copperline Gorges, 2 Restless Ridgelines, it can turn into a dinosaur, 4 Forts by Verges, which I'm a big fan of each first lands, I think they're fantastic, and then 3 Cavern of Souls, because we are a tribal deck. But our mana base is pretty consistent. We don't want too many tap lands, that's why we've only got 2 commercial districts. So that's the deck. Everyone likes dinosaurs, big and beefy. Hope you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Well, opponent goes first, but we do have ramp. We get out the paleontologist, the hammer skull next turn. Do you have a counter spell? So we need to get down our paleontologist. And hope they don't already have it. They do. They don't have another one in there, do they? Nope. Oh, let's race them, I suppose. They did manually tap. It's just the land that was upside down. Bonehall Dracosaur plus Imperiosaur will be good. I think next turn we get down the Paleontologist and the Imperiosaur. The next turn we can get down the Dracosaur. And if they do put another Oculus into the graveyard, we can exile it when they go to reanimate it. They just play an Oculus. Well, while we've got the mana, we will take their Haughty Djinn. We hold up our Paleontologist. There is another Oculus. Do they go for it? I don't think they can do an Oculus at instant speed. Reanimate it. Well, we can do a fair amount. Let's play out a throwback. Let's play 2 green. Graveyard, destroy. We will also chomp their Oculus. Should have done that first, shouldn't have I? Fair enough. That was a bit slow. And the fight goes on. We have seen an Into the Flood more, so we do have bounce spells. That's quite... well, not that chunky, is it? Let's take a Haughty Djinn. What do we hit? Well, let's get down the Hatcher and the Rex. You can go in, you can go in, you can go in. Sure. Not yet. Actually, you know what, yeah. Hang on. 7, 13, 18, 24, 28, 32, 36, 45. And they can block 7, 6, 6. You know what? That does grow the Djinn. But we don't have any blue mana to cast Into the Flood more. They do say maths is for blockers. That ain't enough. If they have an Elspeth Smite on a dinosaur token, they do survive. Yeah. Yeah, nowhere near. Oh, against one of the best decks in the format, Tranquil Thrillback and the Intrepid Paleontologist showing their worth. Well, we have land and white elves. No turn, well, no 3-drop for turn 2. But we can do turn 3 Raptor. Oh, no, yeah, no red mana either. They ain't gonna trade. Do they have Shelter by Ghosts? No, just another scavenger. Wow, I ain't blocking. I think we get out the Raptor because it has walled. They've definitely got a Shard Mage's Rescue. Fortunately, Chomp is a sorcery. No, I ain't blocking that either. Let's get out the Imperiosaur. Let's attack in. And I think we hold up the channel side ability to give something indestructible. Do they take out our Imperiosaur? They do, obviously. We can get it back. We just hope they don't have a Shard Mage's Rescue. So it's a 4/4, indestructible. So the Manifold Mouse would die. Except for that. Which I'm okay with. They are going to gain a ton of life. Well, let's play out our Hammer Skull. Let's chomp their Manifold Mouse. And yeah, our opponent scoops, and then next turn we can get back our Agonasaurus Rex and just play it from the graveyard. Or we can give this one a go. 2 Llanowar Elves. One Llanowar Elves. 3 Tranquil Throwbacks. Well, it's interesting. That hasn't, you know, I imagine they say throwback since I have 3 of them. Why is this taking so long? They say the Dracosaur. Let's kill their curator. The fact they play it suggests they're going to discover. Such as that. They hit Lightning Helix. Bye-bye, second Llanowar Elf. Yeah, let's just gain 4. Let's take down Quintorius. Do they have another one? They're down to 2 until I wait. I mean, if they attack, we do take that trade. Wow, okay. Again, you have the same choice as last time. If we draw a land and our Raptor survives, we can play out the Bone Horde Dracosaur next turn. Another recruiter. What do you do when they can get in for 11? Well, no. 8. We'll hold back for now. Like that 5th land so we can play out the Dracosaur. There we go. I think they have something, but this is a threat that needs to be dealt with. Wonder what they kept in hand. They've got like an attack his favour. Or maybe not. Well, yeah, we were happy with that outcome in the end. So against Ayara, so mono black deck, so going to be lots of removal. Our opponent does go first. But Broker's Tendency is always pretty good. Ayara straight out. Wow, that was a turn from them. Do they have removal for a Troxer? Well, we don't this turn. Well, let's get down. Let's get down Lolf.
I will show you what happens when the subservience will be rewarded.
They get back victimise. Well, I think we do get down Narset. It turns off their draw.
Many mysteries to uncover. Keep an open mind.
Let's just proliferate. Oh, they went everything. They need removal for Atraxa then. I only have one forest for Nissa.
For me.
Well, they're up to 11. That's pretty good.
I do quite enjoy necromancy.
Well, let's just play out Spire's headquarters. And yeah, we...
My blade has no equal.
You can have your 1-1.
And I will cull the weak.
Let's create some more spiders for now, and we'll tack down Liliana.
Won't conquer me so easily.
I'm interested to see what they do. They left Iara in their graveyard. Yeah, that's a problem. We can destroy it with Nissa if we need to. And yeah, we will just sacrifice one of our spiders. And what we can do... Well, one, actually, they can't block any of our... they can get back something, but they wouldn't be able to block. They can only block one of our spiders, so we had lethal anyway. But then what we can do is just proliferate a few times and then -8 on love, which basically causes us to do... If we do less than 8 damage, we deal 8 damage to our opponent. Hello Magic fans, and welcome back to a very quick wrap up. So this is a fun deck, but like a lot of creature based deck, it just falls down because there is so much removal in standard at the moment, and then things like this town ain't big enough just decimates a go big deck, because you know, to beat bounce spells you want to go wide, so then bouncing one creature isn't going to make much difference. But you know, because we are reliant on a few big creatures, we really struggle against decks like that, especially when they play things, you know, Hopeless Nightmare to get into our hand, but things like Tithing Blade to cause us to sacrifice a creature and things like that. So it's not best suited for the standard at the moment, which is going to be a standard for a long time. Green is notoriously bad in standard because Green's always been big and thumpy, which we can see from the Hammer Skull and Agonasaurus Rex and Region Imperiosaur, but they often don't give value the turn they come down. Some do. Tranquil Thrillback does. Polaris Hatcher does, but there's also red. But let's look at the difference between Trumpeting Carnosaur, a rare, and Agonasaurus Rex. A rare, yes, the Rex is bigger, but it doesn't do anything the turn it comes into play, whereas Trumpeting Carnosaur, you can discover 5, so you can discover a Agonasaurus Rex with a Trumpeting Carnosaur. And yeah, a Carnosaur is 1 more mana, but it's just the difference between green and other colours. And that is by design. Originally green was meant to be huge and stompy, but the game has just evolved to a situation where you can't wait until the next turn. You know, you can't play your Region Imperiosaur and hope you will last the next turn to hit him with 5, or you know, your other dinosaurs is buffed, because it dies to like everything apart from cut down. Go for the throat, nowhere to run. No, one doesn't kill it. Tithing Blade, or it gets bounced. So it's a shame, and it's one of the things I don't know what Wizards does about it, because they would have to just massively change how green works. Things like Vaultborn Tyrant, which we could put in the deck, but I wanted to go cheaper and wider. That gives you value when it enters and potentially when it dies, so that's good. So they need to do more things like that, or you do more things like Temporary Ward. You know, it has Ward or Hexproof the turn it comes into play, or things like that. So just some thoughts. I've always been a big fan of green, so it's sad to see that it has been bad for so long, and it will continue being bad for so long as well, because I said standard is standard for a long time now, and nothing's going to change. We have over 100 cards in standard that just say destroy, and that destroys everything about green basically, which is a shame. But anyway, it is a fun deck. It's great smashing in with big creatures and tribal creatures as well, or there's not a massive of a tribal theme going on at the moment, but it is good fun. So hope you enjoy it. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.